Ms Legalista here. Thank you for joining. All right, I'm going to share with you this video from ABC7. Woman who was scammed when she thought a family member was contacting her, and again, about to go to jail unless she paid money. But then the scammers upped the ante by talking about how her family member might have harmed someone in this car crash. Let's take a look at it.
Lois, who asked that we not use her last name, was home on a Friday night when
a man said, "I have your grandson." He was so distraught and crying.
Through sobs, she said he explained.
"I've had too many beers. I drove the wrong way up a one-way street. I hit a car and I got arrested. Don't tell anyone. Promise me. Not even family."
Lois promised and also agreed to help with the $9,500 bail.
And he said, "Well, the court has devised an easy way for people to pay for bail because a check takes too long to get there. So they have an account with Coinstar."
Coinstar. You may have seen these machines in local markets like Safeway. That's exactly where the caller sent Lois after she stopped off at the bank. One by one, she fed $100 bill after $100 bill into the machine, taking crypto account instructions from someone on the other end of the phone. The next day, another call, this time saying the prosecutor had added more charges and raised her grandson's bail by another $15,000.
The extra charges are because the woman in the car that he hit had suffered a miscarriage.
Back to the machine she went, putting in $100 bill after $100 bill.
It took me over an hour. Every $10,000, it prints a receipt.
And then a third call. This time it would be another $25,000 for attorney's fees and court costs.
What was I to do then? Just say, "Oh, I'm going to abandon him"? I couldn't do that.
Lois says people tried to warn her, including bank managers who asked why she was taking out so much money.
I said, "Oh, I've been to an estate sale and they won't take a check. So that's why I have to get cash." They were like, "Are you sure?" I mean, they tried.
The Coinstar machine itself had warnings.
"If you think you're being defrauded, stop." Well, I couldn't stop.
And even another Safeway shopper who saw Lois standing here for far too long tried to warn her.
"Are you sure this is not a scam?" And I said, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. And she said, "I think you should check on this."
It was that warning that finally prompted her to try texting her grandson.
"Hi, how are you? How are you doing?" And he replied, "Doing fine. How are you?"
After she spoke to him, she called her daughter Lisa.
She said, "I want you to sit down. Something horrible has happened."
I'd heard of it before, but when it actually happened to me, it never occurred to me that it was a scam.
Okay, I'm going to stop there. That last part, I'm going to go back over multiple pieces of this conversation. A number of things here. First of all, she had heard of this. Okay, she had heard of this. This was not something that was foreign to her. The idea that a fake somebody might be calling her, pretending to be a family member who was in trouble, and that there might be an urgent need, and that it might not really be her family member. But she said in the moment of it, so busy trying to help, she just went with it. Even think about all of the people who said to her, all of those things that she had to toss aside. One of the things that they mentioned in this video was the emotional manipulation that occurs. Let me make sure that I actually shared that part. Let me bring this back up.
Hard to believe that there are people out there who basically are making a living out of scamming older people.
Lisa says she spent 4 days trying to get a person from Coinme on the phone.
Very difficult.
In an email, the company apologized to Lois, but explained due to the nature and design of cryptocurrency, the transactions are irreversible, and Coinme no longer has the funds in custody. A sentiment the company echoed in an emailed statement to 7 on Your Side Investigates, writing in part, quote, "While we work hard to protect our customers through multiple full-screen warnings at various stages of the transaction process, we understand the emotional manipulation scammers use to deceive individuals."
That right there. Let me slide that back, because that's the piece I want to make sure we're taking away from this one. It is the emotional manipulation where people care about their family members so much that all common sense just sort of goes out the window. all of the red flags go out the window. And that's where I was going before I went to this. Think about all of the times she got interrupted and asked. At the bank, when she's taking out the money, she actually lies. She doesn't tell the truth. She lies. The fact that you have to lie about it ought to just sort of send up red flags. Yes, it's a family member saying, don't tell anyone. Red flag. You're at the teller and they're asking you about all this money you're withdrawing and you're now lying about it. People are telling you while you're standing in line at the Coinstar machine, we think you need to check into this. Nope, you keep on going. This is all manipulation. We keep asking ourselves, how do people keep falling for this? Understand that this is psychology. Okay, this is psychology and science that's going on. Scammers know what to say and what to do to get you to put all of the common sense, all of the red flags, all of the warnings from other people aside. This is why so many people keep falling for this, because they know how to manipulate you. Think about that. She's standing in line at that machine, putting in money, and the warnings are coming up on the machine, and still it's not enough. Still it's not enough. So what do you have to do? I don't, I don't know. I wonder sometimes if I might fall for some, if it sounds like a certain family member. But remember, one of the things I've said before is come up with a secret phrase, come up with a family phrase, something that you can use to verify that this is your family member who is on the phone with you. Ask, what is our family phrase? And I'm sure at that point, the person will probably go, oh, well, I don't remember. I don't remember. Ask them something else. Ask them some detail that's personal, that somebody else is not going to know. I hate this for her. It sounds like she lost thousands of dollars. It says here, as you can see there on the screen, loses nearly $50,000. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say here, except to keep warning people about this and to understand that you're being manipulated and that you're going to have to talk yourself out of this. You're going to have to see it for what it is. People just don't want to accept that that's what's going on because they're so emotionally tied to that family member and they want to make sure that nothing happens to that person. And the scammers know that. Let me know in the comments, would you fall for this? Have you come up with a family phrase yet? Have you come up with that phrase? Have you shared it? Do you know what you would do in this situation? If not, now's the time to make a plan. All right. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.